If you are over 55, some of the foods you believe are healthy may quietly be working against your body. This is not about making you paranoid or second-guess every meal. This is about understanding a fundamental truth that most nutrition advice ignores. Your body at 60 or 70 operates differently than it did at 35 or 40. The rules have changed, and what once supported your health may now be undermining it. You have been trying to do the right thing. You have followed the guidance of experts, chosen foods labeled as healthy, and made sacrifices to protect your well-being. None of that effort was wasted. But your body has transformed in ways that require a different approach, and continuing with outdated strategies may be costing you energy, strength, and mental clarity without you even realizing it. Let me explain what happens inside your body as you age, because understanding these shifts is essential before we discuss specific foods. Your metabolism slows significantly after 55. The number of calories your body burns at rest decreases by roughly 2 to 3% every decade past middle age. This means you need fewer calories overall, but here is the critical point that most people miss. Your need for nutrients does not decrease. In many cases, it actually increases. You must get more nutrition from less food, which makes every meal more important than ever before. Your digestive system becomes less efficient with age. Your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, which is necessary for breaking down proteins and absorbing essential minerals like calcium, iron, and vitamin B12. Your intestinal lining becomes less effective at extracting nutrients from the foods you eat. This means you could be eating a perfectly healthy meal and still not receiving the full nutritional benefit because your body cannot absorb everything it once could. Insulin sensitivity changes as well. Your cells become less responsive to insulin over time, which means blood sugar spikes more easily and stays elevated longer. Foods that caused minor fluctuations in your younger years can now create significant metabolic disruptions. This affects not just your weight, but your energy, your brain function, and your inflammation levels. Perhaps most concerning is the change in muscle protein synthesis. After 55, your body becomes less efficient at building and maintaining muscle. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. Your muscles now require more protein to achieve the same repair and growth that once happened effortlessly. If you eat the same amount of protein you ate decades ago, you are likely falling short of what your body actually needs. These changes happen gradually, often without obvious symptoms. They get dismissed as normal aging when they are actually signs that your nutrition needs recalibration. What makes this situation particularly frustrating is that conventional nutrition advice rarely accounts for these age-related shifts. Most dietary guidelines are based on research conducted primarily on younger populations. The food pyramid you grew up with, the recommendations on packaged foods, the advice from well-meaning friends and even some healthcare providers often fails to consider how dramatically your body has changed. This creates a painful irony. The harder you try to eat healthy by following standard advice, the more you may inadvertently work against your own biology. You feel like you are doing everything right, yet you still experience declining energy, creeping weakness, and mental fog that seems to worsen each year. Now let me walk you through 5 specific habits that many seniors believe are healthy, but that can actually backfire after 55. We will start with the least harmful and progress toward the most damaging. The 5th mistake involves relying heavily on raw vegetables and salads as dietary staples. For years, we have been told that raw vegetables are the pinnacle of healthy eating. Avoid cooking them because heat destroys nutrients. Eat more salads. The rawer, the better. This advice contains some truth, but it ignores a crucial reality of aging. Raw vegetables require significant digestive effort. They need adequate stomach acid, sufficient enzyme activity, and robust mechanical breakdown in your digestive tract. A younger digestive system handles this easily. An older system often struggles. The nutrients in raw vegetables are locked inside tough cell walls that your aging digestive system may not fully break down. This means you could eat a large salad and absorb far fewer nutrients than you expect. Cooking vegetables, particularly gentle methods like steaming or roasting, breaks down these cell walls and makes nutrients more bioavailable. Cooked tomatoes release more lycopene. Cooked carrots provide more beta-carotene. Cooked spinach offers more accessible iron and calcium. The symptoms of this mistake are subtle. You feel full after eating but experience low energy shortly afterward. You notice bloating or digestive discomfort that you attribute to aging. You may even develop nutritional deficiencies despite eating what appears to be a nutrient-rich diet. The correction is straightforward. Include both raw and cooked vegetables, but emphasize cooked preparations, especially for nutrient-dense options like leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. Your body will extract significantly more nutrition from the same foods. The fourth mistake involves eating very light dinners to avoid weight gain. This seems like sensible advice. Do not eat heavy meals in the evening because you will not burn off the calories. Keep dinner small. Stop eating early. For simple weight management, there is some logic here. But for seniors concerned about maintaining muscle mass and cognitive function, eating too light at night creates serious problems. While you sleep, your body enters a critical repair phase. Muscle tissue is rebuilt, brain cells are maintained, hormones are regulated. This repair process requires amino acids from protein. If your dinner lacks adequate protein, your body enters this repair phase without sufficient building materials. When building materials are scarce, your body may break down existing muscle tissue to obtain the amino acids it needs. This accelerates muscle loss and undermines the very health you are trying to protect. Seniors who eat very light dinners often wake up feeling weak, stiff, or mentally foggy. They assume this is just how aging feels. In many cases, it reflects inadequate overnight recovery due to insufficient protein at dinner. The correction is not to eat enormous evening meals. Instead, ensure your dinner contains meaningful protein, ideally 25 to 30 grams, along with healthy fats and some complex carbohydrates. This provides your body with the resources it needs for overnight repair without overloading your digestive system. The third mistake involves relying exclusively on plant-based proteins while avoiding animal sources. The movement toward plant-based eating has gained significant momentum, and for good reason. Plant foods offer fiber, antioxidants, and various health benefits. Reducing heavily processed meats is genuinely sound advice. But some seniors have taken this too far, eliminating animal proteins entirely and relying solely on beans, lentils, tofu, and other plant sources. Here is the problem. Plant proteins are incomplete, meaning they do not contain all essential amino acids in the proportions your body needs. They also have lower bioavailability, so your body cannot absorb and utilize them as efficiently as animal proteins. The amino acid leucine is particularly critical for older adults. Leucine triggers muscle protein synthesis, telling your muscles to begin repair and growth. Animal proteins are rich in leucine. Plant proteins contain significantly less. To get the same muscle-building signal from plant proteins, you would need to consume much larger quantities. Many seniors simply cannot eat enough volume to meet their needs, especially given reduced appetite and digestive capacity. The result is gradual muscle loss that occurs so slowly it goes unnoticed for months or years. You may feel fine while progressively losing the lean tissue that supports your metabolism, balance, and independence. The correction is to include high-quality animal proteins if you have that option. Eggs, fish, poultry, and dairy provide complete proteins with superior bioavailability. Even small amounts combined with plant proteins can dramatically improve your overall protein quality. If you follow a fully plant-based diet for ethical reasons, you need to be strategic about combining complementary proteins and may need to consider supplementation. The second mistake involves consuming large amounts of fruit, believing it provides clean energy and essential vitamins. Fruit enjoys an almost untouchable reputation. It comes from nature. It contains vitamins and antioxidants. It tastes sweet without being processed. How could fruit possibly cause problems? For younger people with strong insulin sensitivity and active lifestyles, abundant fruit consumption is rarely problematic. But for seniors, particularly those with any degree of insulin resistance, large quantities of fruit can create significant issues. Fruit contains fructose, a sugar that is metabolized primarily by the liver. Excessive fructose consumption can contribute to fatty liver and increased triglycerides. More immediately concerning is the total sugar load from multiple servings of fruit throughout the day. A large banana contains about 14 grams of sugar. A cup of grapes contains roughly 15 grams. A glass of orange juice can contain 21 grams or more. These sugars accumulate quickly, especially when you believe you are making healthy choices. When insulin sensitivity has declined, these fruit sugars cause blood sugar spikes followed by crashes. This creates energy fluctuations throughout the day. You feel energized after eating fruit, then tired an hour later, then reach for more fruit to boost energy again. Over time, this pattern contributes to fatigue, abdominal weight gain, brain fog, and chronic inflammation. Many seniors who believe they eat extremely healthy diets are consuming far more sugar than they realize simply because fruit is not mentally categorized the same way as desserts or sweets. The correction is portion awareness. 1 to 2 servings of whole fruit per day is appropriate for most seniors. Choose lower sugar options like berries, more often than high sugar fruits like bananas and grapes. Most importantly, avoid fruit juice entirely. Without fiber to slow absorption, juice delivers concentrated sugar that affects your blood sugar almost like soda. Now we arrive at the most damaging mistake, the one that affects more aspects of health than any other. This is the habit of choosing low-fat and fat-free products to protect heart health. I understand why this mistake is so prevalent. For 4 decades, we were told that dietary fat was dangerous. We were instructed to choose skim milk over whole milk, fat-free yogurt over regular low-fat cheese, reduced fat everything. This message became so deeply embedded that many seniors still follow it today, believing they are protecting their hearts. But the science has fundamentally shifted, and continuing this outdated approach causes serious harm, particularly after 55. When manufacturers remove fat from food products, they must replace it with something to maintain taste and texture. That something is almost always sugar and refined carbohydrates. Compare labels of regular yogurt and fat-free yogurt. The fat-free version typically contains twice as much sugar. Low-fat salad dressings are loaded with corn syrup. Fat-free snacks compensate with additional sweeteners. By choosing these products, you are trading fat your body needs for sugar that accelerates aging. But the damage extends beyond sugar replacement. Dietary fat is essential for absorbing vitamins A, D, E, and K. Without fat present in your meal, these vitamins pass through your system without being absorbed. Eating a salad with fat-free dressing means absorbing far fewer nutrients than if you used olive oil. Dietary fat is essential for hormone production. As you age, maintaining healthy hormone levels becomes critical for energy, mood, cognitive function, and muscle preservation. Without adequate fat intake, your body cannot produce these hormones effectively. Dietary fat is essential for brain health. Your brain is roughly 60% fat by dry weight and requires dietary fat to maintain cell membranes, support neurotransmitter function, and protect against cognitive decline. Dietary fat promotes satiety. Without it, you never feel truly satisfied after eating. You finish meals still hungry. You snack more frequently. You consume larger portions of carbohydrates trying to achieve fullness that never comes. The symptoms of long-term low-fat eating are pervasive and frequently blamed on aging itself. Persistent hunger despite eating enough calories, dry skin and brittle nails from poor vitamin absorption, brain fog and concentration difficulties, depression and mood instability from disrupted hormones, progressive weakness and fatigue, memory problems dismissed as senior moments but actually reflecting nutritional deficiency. This mistake touches everything: your brain, your muscles, your energy, your hormones, your nutrient absorption. It creates interconnected problems that reinforce each other, making you feel older than necessary. The correction requires both action and belief change. You must overcome decades of anti-fat messaging. Start including healthy fats at every meal: olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, fatty fish, whole eggs, including yolks, full-fat dairy. These are not guilty pleasures. They are essential nutrients your brain and muscles require. Stop buying low-fat and fat-free products. Read labels and recognize that when fat is removed, something worse usually replaces it. The fat you eat does not automatically become body fat. The sugar and refined carbohydrates you consume instead are far more likely to be stored. This single shift, embracing healthy fats rather than avoiding them, can produce remarkable improvements in energy, mental clarity, and overall well-being within weeks. Now that you understand these 5 mistakes, let me give you a protective strategy that ties everything together. At each meal, think in terms of priorities. First priority is protein, ideally 25 to 35 grams per meal. Second priority is healthy fat to support absorption, hormones, and satiety. Third priority is vegetables, predominantly cooked for better nutrient availability. Fourth is moderate complex carbohydrates matched to your activity level. Fruit becomes an occasional addition rather than a foundation, limited to 1 or 2 servings daily. This approach naturally corrects all 5 mistakes. You get adequate cooked vegetables. You consume sufficient protein at dinner. You include high-quality animal proteins. You manage fruit intake appropriately. And you embrace fats as essential rather than dangerous. Do not skip meals. 3 balanced meals daily supports muscle maintenance and blood sugar stability better than frequent snacking or fasting approaches designed for younger people. Hydration deserves attention as well. As you age, your thirst sensation diminishes. You may not feel thirsty even when your body needs water. Dehydration can masquerade as fatigue, confusion, and weakness. Make a conscious effort to drink water throughout the day, rather than waiting until you feel thirsty. Consistency matters more than perfection. Every meal is an opportunity to give your muscles protein, your brain, healthy fats, and your cells essential nutrients. You do not need to overhaul everything overnight. Small changes accumulated over time produce profound results. Here is what I want you to understand. You are not fighting your body. You are learning to support it as it changes. The advice that served you decades ago is not wrong in absolute terms. It is simply mismatched to your current biology. The seniors who maintain strength, mental sharpness, and vitality into their 70s and 80s have learned to adapt their eating to match their changing needs. They prioritize protein. They include healthy fats. They pay attention to how food actually makes them feel rather than following outdated rules. You now have this same knowledge. Every meal from this point forward is an opportunity to protect your muscles, support your brain, and maintain the energy that matters to you. Start with one change tomorrow. Add protein to your breakfast. Use olive oil on your vegetables. Choose full-fat yogurt. Notice how it feels. Pay attention to your energy in the hours after eating. Observe whether you feel more satisfied and less prone to snacking. Your body still has remarkable capacity for improvement at any age. The human body wants to heal, wants to maintain strength, wants to preserve cognitive function. It simply needs the right raw materials to do so. Give it what it actually needs, and it will respond. Protect your strength. Preserve your clarity. The small adjustments you make now determine how you feel for years to come. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and energetic. Those qualities are not reserved only for youth. They are available to you right now through choices you can begin making today.